Good afternoon. It is 4:30 p.m. Tuesday, February 17th, 2026. We'll call the City Council meeting of the City of New Ulm to order. First item of business is the consent agenda. Councilors, what are your wishes?
I'll move it.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion carries. Item 2.1, summary of business conducted during board and commission meetings. We do have our first two that usually go out today, so we'll start with Councilor Mack.
I'm going to just give an update from Sister Cities. We conducted 5 interviews over the past 2 weeks for our outbound Sister Cities exchange students, and we narrowed it down to one candidate, and Lisa sent that off to Ulm, and hopefully they'll be able to get back to us if they can accept that individual for his trade. And we'll move forward.
Thank you.
And Heritage Preservation Commission met a week ago yesterday, a very short meeting, just one item. We approved adding a Scove Broughton Wealth Management signage right underneath the Northwestern Mutual Wealth Management sign, a block north of here.
I did see that. Mayor?
Well, I'll just share with you the highlights from this last weekend. I had the opportunity to spend the day, and I don't know where the city staff was, but I was kidnapped. In case you don't know, Mr. Chief of Police, and all the other management team here from the city. But I spent the afternoon with the NARN celebrating Fasching this past Friday, and it was so delightful. We stopped at 12 different businesses along the way on Minnesota Street. We're engaged in conversations with many people along the way. In fact, I do have to share this with you. It was a couple walking. Each of them had a dog. So here they are walking down the street, and of course me, hello, how are you, what are you doing? They said, oh, we are moving here from Chanhassen. And I said, how exciting. Do you have relatives here? No, we just love the city. There's so much going on. And of course, the NARN reinforced part of the celebrating why not move to New Ulm, Minnesota. So they are spending 2 days a week here until spring, and then they will be moving full-time to New Ulm, Minnesota. So how wonderful. So it was a great day.
Awesome. Thank you, Mayor. And because you were on vacation a few years ago, I had the opportunity to get kidnapped once myself, and it is a great day getting out to see the businesses. And the NARN, they run a tight schedule, so so that's great. Just in regards to EDA, we had a work session. We are beginning to kind of look at our strategic planning and look through some of the different programs we offer and discuss what's working and not working. And so we discussed the multifamily rehab and the single commercial rehab
and small business loan.
and the small business loans. And so we want to make sure that what we're doing with those funds is of the maximum benefit for us and for the community. So there'll be more to come on that. But if you're not familiar with the EDA programs, there might be one out there that would be good for you. So we encourage you to go to the website or our Facebook page and take a look. That's all I have. Anyone else? All right, thank you very much. Under old business, item 3.1 is the 2026 Utility Street and Alley Improvement Projects. Mr. Stadheim.
Thank you, Madam President, City Councilors. We are just before you today to ask to set the bid date for the 2026 Utility Street and Alley Improvement Project. Previously conducted a public hearing where you ordered in those improvements. So we're asking you to approve the plans and specs and set the bid date for March 18th.
Madam Chair and Councilors, I'd like to offer the resolution approving the plans and specifications and ordering the advertisement for bids on the 2026 Utility Street and Alley Improvement Project, setting the bid opening date and authorizing staff to receive and open bids for the project at 10 a.m. Wednesday, March 18, 2026, right here in the council chambers at City Hall.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Schmitz?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
President Becker?
Yes, that motion carries. Item 3.2 is the Airport Crosswind Runway 927 construction project.
Madam President, City Councilors, again, asking you to approve the plans and specs and set the bid date for March 24th. This is for the construction of Crosswind Runway 927 at the airport. That's going to be an aggregate turf runway as per our airport layout plan. And as a reminder, this is a project funded by congressionally directed spending in which we were awarded $2.5 million.
I'm going to offer the resolution approving the plans and specs, ordering the advertisement for bids on the airport crosswind runway 0927, construction project, setting the bid opening date and authorizing staff to receive and open bids for the project at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, March 24th, 2026.
Second.
We do have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Schmitz?
Yes.
Counselor Mack? Yes. President Becker?
Yes, motion carries. Item 3.3 is the 18th South Street Storm Sewer Lift Station Project.
Yeah, Madam President, City Councilors, pleased to report that staff opened bids on February 11th for the 18th South Storm Sewer Lift Station project. Staff received 5 bids ranging from the low of $1.3 million to a high of $1.8 million. The low is underneath the engineer's estimate by 13%, and the engineer's estimate was about $1.5 million. Low bidder was Holtmeyer Construction out of Mankato. Holtmeyer Construction has worked with other contractors in the area on numerous city projects. Very competent contractor who we are confident will be able to successfully deliver this project. As a reminder, this project is partially funded in FEMA pre-disaster mitigation funding in the amount of $1,125,000 on a 75-25 funding split with the city. The city project funds for this project will come out of the 2025 bond issuance. The abstract is included within the action form. There's also a recommended award letter from Bolton & Mink, who is our consultant on this project. Be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you.
Madam President and Councilors, I support this project of anti-flood, disaster mitigation, storm sewer project, and trying to keep the water on the Minnesota River side of our berm levee. So I would make a motion to award the contract for the 18th South Street Storm Sewer Lift Station Project to Holtmeyer Construction Incorporated in the amount of $1,321,233.
Second.
Do we have a motion and a second? Any additional discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion does carry. Under new business, item 4.1 is the 2026 Board of Appeal and Equalization meeting.
Well, I'm going to receive notice that the 2026 Board of Equalization meeting has been scheduled for Monday, April 20th, 2026 at 9 a.m. in the City Hall Council Chambers at 100 North Broadway, New Ulm, Minnesota.
Second that motion.
We do have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion does carry. Item 4.2 is tax exempt general obligation permanent improvement revolving fund bonds, Series 2026.
Counselors, this is the first step in the 2026 bond process. It just allows us to start those projects and pay costs as they come along, and then reimburse ourselves out of the bonds that will be sold in August.
Madam President and Councilors, I'd like to offer the resolution to declare official intent of the City of New Ulm to reimburse utility, street, alley, and other capital expenditures with proceeds of the tax-exempt general obligation permanent improvement revolving fund bonds, Series 2026.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Oh, it's a resolution.
Resolution.
Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Schmitz?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
President Becker?
Yes, that motion does carry. Item 4.3 will need to be tabled because we do need a 4/5 majority vote to approve the year-end transfers and encumbrances. So we will move on to item 4.4, which is a video board for the Johnson Park replacement scoreboard. And I see Mr. Schugel approaching. Hello.
Thank you, Council President Betker, City Councilors. Joey Schugel, Park and Recreation Director for the City of New Ulm. Before you is a proposal for the New Ulm Baseball Association to move forward with the purchase and donation to the City of New Ulm for a replacement scoreboard at Johnson Park. This replacement scoreboard would be a digital scoreboard, and the purchase would come from AIM Electronics through the Baseball Association at an estimated amount of $259,553. So our current scoreboard at Johnson Park was purchased in 2008. Over the last couple years, there's been significant dimming to a point where it is hard to see the board during day games especially. And it's also been to the point where it's hard to get replacement parts there. So the Baseball Association had a desire to have that board replaced. The city hadn't had funding for that replacement, so the Baseball Association is proposing to purchase the board through their own funding. The dimensions of the board are mostly the same. There is a difference where there's a 5-foot-high arch truss on this new board, which is in your packet. A concept is in your packet that kind of shows what that looks like. The existing posts would be able to support this. All electrical upgrades, which are required to be able to input the digital display, would also be taken care of through the Baseball Association funding. If approved, then to this step, there would be a formal donation coming back to you for acceptance at a future meeting as well. Any questions, I'm happy to answer.
I've got no questions. I think it's wonderful, so I'm going to offer the motion to approve the proposal for the New Ulm Baseball Association to move forward with purchase and donating to the city a replacement of Johnson Park scoreboard with new video board from AIM Electronics in the estimated amount of $259,553, including electrical updates, installation or removal of the current board, subject to formal acceptance of donation by resolution of the City Council.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Madam Chair and councilors, I would just like to thank the New Ulm Baseball Association and point out that in all my experience of years here in the community, of the nearly 80 special interest groups that are involved with the Park and Recreation system, the New Ulm Baseball Association has donated the most amount of money in my recollection. So thank you very much, Baseball Association.
I concur. Thank you. Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion does carry. Thank you. Item 4.5 is a BMX request for temporary camping.
Thank you, Council President Betker, City Council. Looking for a resolution to authorize overnight camping through the River Valley BMX Association to host their state qualifying race on Friday, June 12th, Saturday, June 13th, and Sunday, June 14th. This has become a yearly request from this association, and this year they're more excited than ever because the track redesign is allowing them to host a larger field. So they do feel that additional opportunities like this camping could be used by those participants. So where the camping would occur is in South German Park, right next to 3rd Street. One of the things that has to happen before they do camp is we have to be sure that the areas allows them to camp. It's an area that can be really wet depending on the time of year, so staff would check that out. In addition, if the weather is not permitting recreational fires, we would communicate that to them as well, that wouldn't be allowed use for this activity. Any questions on any of this?
Madam President and councilors, this is an annual request from another one of our many special interest groups that operates one of our facilities and provides great programming for our community and region. So I would definitely like to offer the resolution to authorize overnight temporary camping not to exceed 5 recreational fires in South German Park near 3rd South Street for a BMX Minnesota State qualifier racing event on the nights of Friday, June 12th, Saturday, June 13, and Sunday, June 14, 2026.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Schmitz?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
President Becker?
Yes, that motion carries. Park and Rec donations is item 4.6.
And Betker, City Council. This is looking for a resolution to accept donations for purposes that I will outline shortly. Before I do that, I do want to note that This was approved by the Park and Rec Commission at their February 9th meeting, which is incorrect in your packet. That does not have board and commission recommendations, but it was approved unanimously. First donation from Derek and Nancy Wickman and Brenda Knutson, honoring Bria and Chris for $200 for a German Park paver stone. Mary Ellen Domeyer in memory of Michael Schwartz for $50 for the Riverside ELC. Carol and Joseph Domeyer in memory of Michael Schwartz for $50 for the Riverside ELC again. New Ulm Public Schools in the amount of $1,600 for the final 20% for the Rec on the Go program. The Optimist Club with 2 donations, first for $1,000 for the New Year's Eve skate program, and then for the teen skate event, again from the Optimist Club for $750. And then a Herman Heights paver stone from Peter Brand honoring the Brand family for $200. That total equals $3,850.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joey, for reading them in. I will offer the resolution to accept donations offered to the city of New Ulm through the Park and Rec Department totaling $3,850 for the identified purposes.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Schmitz?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
President Becker?
Yes, that motion carries. Item 4.7 is fire department donations.
Madam President, councilors, I'd like to offer a resolution to accept the following donations from August Shell Brewery, firefighter event proceeds of $228.82, and then from tips from that firefighter event of $415.50.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Schmitz?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
President Becker?
Yes, that motion carries. And with no additional business today, this meeting is adjourned. We will move to a work session.